Guys, Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends with another champion guide. Welcome to the video, guys. I'm glad to have you all here with me today. Venus, the day hath come that we're going to do a very, very detailed guide on really one of my favorite champions in the game, truly. She's such an incredible debuffer. She's such an incredible damage dealer. She's an AoE burn. She's got poisons. She's tanky. She's got a ton of HP. She's even better. One of the best companion champions in the game with Cupidus, which we will see her today as well. So before we get to all of that good stuff, let's give some of you guys some shout outs. A lot of Venus guide requests. I'm not going to read them all. Mr. Scottish Demon, congratulations on pulling a Venus. Jonathan, and so on. Doomtown Dandy. I got to be careful when reading some of these names, right? Chase coming in with a lot of requests. Vineyard 420. Ivy Lee. Do we have an Ivy Lee fan over there? I just collabed with Ivy Lee on my Watcher of Realms YouTube channel. Ben, I could go on and on and on here, guys. So shout out to all of you guys again who are leaving comments and requests for different champion guides. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the Queen of Hearts herself, Venus. So Venus is a Sacred Order Void Legendary Champion. Here she is in all her glory. Cool things about her. Like, let's start, first of all, aesthetically. I mean, I said the Queen of Hearts. She's got the, she's definitely got the heart theme going on, right? She even has, this is her weapon. What is this? It is is it a paddleboard or something? Is it for heart spankings on Valentine's Day? I don't want to know. She's even got the, you know, the little ribbon, the little bow in the back there. So we love our Venus. She looks really cool. She's unique too. She's memorable, right? Is it what you want champions in this game to be at the end of the day? Definitely has a memorable aesthetic. She's a support champion who deals a ton of damage. So already out the gate, there's some areas in the game where you get this support champion only, like in some Doom Tower areas, secret rooms. You can use her as your main DPS and she's support, right? As I mentioned, her base HP is nuts, 22.6k. That's insane from a damage dealer, essentially, right? And a debuffer to have that much HP. And then in addition to that, she has 112 base speed. So not only is she tanky, but she's also very fast. Now, she also has an aura, HP in all battles by 33%. This is tied with a few other champions as the best HP aura in the game. Outside, I think maybe one mythical has it at 35%, but it's very close, right? Incredible aura. Obviously, you can use this aura anywhere in Centranos, in the Cursed City, in any other content that comes out. I just had a whole video on my main channel talking about why all battle auras are more valuable than ever. Every new content that comes out, it makes them even more valuable, and she's a really good one. We're going to show you in Cursed City just how instrumental this aura can be, okay? There's one particular level that a lot of people are stuck on. It's Sand Devil, level 300 Sand Devil or whatever, and it's very tricky. There's no Chronums, there's no ninjas, there's no walking tomb dranks because it's restrictive, but Venus can kill him, okay? We'll see that in today's video again. On her A1 Pining, it's a 2-time hitter with poisons on each hit. You love to see it. Big version of poison, 50% chance on each hit. On the A2, it's blind with infatuation. It comes as a 3-turn cooldown. You don't even have to book it, but you do need to book it. We really want to get this up to 100%. I should say, you don't have to book it to get it to a 3-turn, but she's definitely, if there's ever a legendary worth booking, you're looking at her, guys. Invest. We have faith. It's all good. So decreased defense and a weaken, both big versions, and an AoE attack, all on a 3-turn cooldown, right? This is, you know, a 5-way tie at this point for the best debuffing for damage maximization ability in the game. Now we go to her Burning Passion. This is her A3 ability, another AoE attack. This time with a 100% chance when booked to placing an HP burn for 2 turns. This is on a 4-turn cooldown. Now, we mentioned her partner ability with Cupidus, okay? They both have an insanely good partnering ability. In her case, Pure Partner is a brand new skill that just unlocks only when Cupidus is on the same team. It removes all buffs from all enemies, and then has a 50% chance of granting an extra turn. Extra turns are so valuable, obviously not only for the extra turn, where she can come into her A2 or A3, but also helping to reduce the cooldown of her A2 and A3, right? So that's her kit, guys. So good. I do want to point out really quickly, Cupidus. I don't have a guide on Cupidus, but maybe I should record one, you know? It makes sense to have both of them out there near the same time. Cupidus, I do want to point out his passive. His punishing partner, right? His passive is unique with Venus. Inflicts 25% more damage and always counterattacks when attacked. Why this is noteworthy is he has a strong AoE on his A1. So against Hydra, for example, which you guys will see in today's video, he always counterattacks every time he's hit with a big, nice AoE. Damage increased by 15% if the target has any debuffs, which they usually do, right? Almost always in Hydra. So incredible, incredible tandem, okay? I have Venus in a PvE and Hydra build, but these two champions, specifically both of them, they make one of the most formidable arena tandems as well, right? For obvious reasons. You put both of them in Stone Skin, or just Cupidus in Stone Skin. I like both of them in Stone Skin. And you simply just sit back and watch Cupidus destroy everybody with his counterattacks. Because every time he's hit, he's going to counterattack. That's it. That's the name of the game. I'm going to show you them in the arena just to kind of illustrate that in today's video, but I want to be very clear. I really recommend Stone Skin if you're looking to pull off an arena tandem with these two champions. It can be an elite strategy. I wouldn't say it is the most meta strategy right now because you don't really see that in Platinum anymore. Back in the day, you did a lot. The cool thing is it also is great for Venus's A4, right? Her partner skill, right? Because in the arena, she can also strip and take an extra turn potentially, right? So very, very good in the arena, these two champions. Let me go ahead and pull her up here. I have to, as you can see, I have two Venuses built on my account, right? She's that good. I would build, I have one empowered as well. If I could go back in time, I would probably build three Venuses. I think she's that good of a Hydra clan boss champion. Now, you might be running like a Lydia or whatever, but you can even run her like alongside other debuffers because she deals an insane amount of damage too. Think about the 2 AoEs, think about the extra turns, think about the poisons, think about the burn. You know, for a support champion, I can't think off the top of the dome of a better damage dealer out there in the game. So I have both of mine in Relentless and Perception, right? So we could either look at either of these builds here. This one is, the gear's a little bit better. I'm double checking, yeah. This one's a lot tankier, this +1 Venus. A lot more HP there. Speed-wise, a little bit slower than the other one. But you can see the same exact sets, and this is my favorite build for her anywhere in PvE. Relentless, her taking extra turns is extremely valuable because the burns on a 4-turn cooldown, we can get it down to a 3. We can get the the decreased defense and the weaken up there more often, and just all that damage, you know, and get back to the A4 if we have Cupidus on the same team. I want to be clear here. I'm mentioning Cupidus a lot in the same conversation with Venus, rightfully so, I think. But if you only have Venus and not Cupidus, do not fret, do not frown. She's still amazing, okay? You just can't utilize her A4, which, to be fair, is really powerful in Hydra, but you can still get a lot of utility out of her just as a debuffer without Cupidus, okay? So anyway, the only knock on this build, the +1 empowered, is my crit rate. What's up with that, Ash? What's up with a 97% crit rate? Shame, shame, shame. Either way, these are the total stats that we have here in terms of priorities for stats, right? I'm looking at accuracy and speed, crit rate, crit damage. She's pretty easy to keep alive because that HP scales so well. Granted, her damage is based on attack. Boy, would it be insane if it was based on HP. You just have to kind of modify the multipliers. Before I show, let me just show you the gear real quick. Before we jump into skills and masteries, or blessing and masteries, excuse me, I want to show you multipliers. I have speed on the boots. I have HP percentage on the chest. It scales so well, it's tempting to go attack percentage. If you can keep her alive, go attack percentage. If she's ever dying, go HP percentage. To use her in Cintranos against the Sand Devil, where she's so good, you're going to need to run it. Well, I shouldn't say you're going to need to. Tankier the better, generally speaking, but you could probably still get by because she's going to be revived by Pythion. It's a duo. It's a two champion team. Crit damage on the gauntlets. Nice gauntlets here, right? Crit damage with the crit rate and the trip roll of accuracy. Just missing speed. Sorely missing speed, but still very good nonetheless. So those are the gear, guys. Multipliers really quickly. Hellhades.com gives Venus a 4.5 overall score. I don't know. Am I split? Am I just being nitpicky here? I give her a 5. I really would. What more can you want from a debuffer? Look at these scores. Look at all the areas you can use her. I mean, for God's sake, we have Hydra, Doom Tower, Ice Golem. I mean, you guys can see just as well as I can. You can use her absolutely everywhere. She's Void Affinity. She's a great debuffer anywhere in the game. You're not going to land weak hits, you know. Doom Tower, Scarab King, Frost Spider, Eternal Dragon, Dark Fae, Nether Spider, Celestial Griffin. My God. Sand Devil, 5 now. Now she's a 5, you know? So she's incredible. She has a 2.2 on a 2-time hitter on her A1. That's a good multiplier. Keep in mind when you see these big multipliers, a 3.7, a 2.2 on a 2-time hitter, and a 4 on this AoE, that her attack isn't sky high. She is still a support at the end of the day, and her base attack is 1090, okay? So, you know, she's dealing some nice damage, you know, but not out of this world damage from her actual multipliers. A lot of her damage come from the burns and from the poison. With all that said, though, I just want to point out a very sneaky A1. So, like, if one of your champions gets consumed by a Hydra head, you can just revert right back to that A1, and she can actually dish out some sneaky damage on that A1 because it's a 2.2 times 2 hitter, right? Okay. Blessing. Brimstone. I think Brimstone's the way to go. The only way I would go anything else than Brimstone is maybe like a Cruelty, especially if you had her all the way 6-starred. But even in that situation, it's hard not to go Brimstone, man. I'm talking myself out of the obvious. I'd go Brimstone on her. She's just so great. She's great, and you're building with accuracy anyway, right? Masteries. Pretty basic mastery build here. We went with all the accuracy stuff. Master Hexer to extend durations of the burns and the poisons. A sniper to get that poison land rate to a 55 times 2 instead on that A1. And then we went down the left-hand side. We picked up War Master. So it's really as simple as that, guys. You can move myself out of the way so you can see everything. Let's go ahead, as I said, and start her in the arena. Because we're going to run her with Cupidus in Hydra and the arena today, those two areas, I should probably show you how I have him built too. Just in case you do have both of them, you can go ahead and you can see how I have them built at least. So, relentless and crit damage. Some people build Cupidus with a lethal and savage, and that's absolutely fine as well, especially if you also have Venus on the team. The reason being is he's counterattacking all the time with such alacrity throughout the entire battle that sometimes just getting that ignored defense is better. Obviously, in a PvP environment, we definitely want him with savage gear or lethal gear, okay? Masteries on him. We have War Master again. Now, Helm Smasher and Savage and Lethal is an absolutely cool combo. I used to have him built in Savage and with Helm Smasher. And then I rebuilt him, and he's doing a lot better. But that's another video for another day. Shut up about Cupidus, Ash. Come on, man. I was really getting in the weeds with Cupidus there for a moment. All right. Let me go ahead and show you... let me show you a non-Torment team. Let me just get a fresh slate here. Let's just work our way down for a second. So I'm going to cheat a little bit because I don't have them in Stone Skin, which is how you want them. And I'm just going to put a control champion in the lead. Crixia, she's not going to do any damage or anything else. Just in case the enemy team goes first, she's just going to control. Otherwise, I would have Stone Skin, and that would be solving for the other team going first, right? So don't you guys hate, or is it just me, that on this screen right now, there's no filter to search for champions? I have to do it the old school way. I just have to search for them, you know? Cupidus, there you go. All right, so we're just going to 3-man or woman team or whatever the heck. Yeah, so again, Chrissy is there because she has a Yumeko, a Warlord type ability where she can put their skills on cooldown. So that way I don't have to worry about them. But look at this. He got attacked. He's going to... Look at that A1. There's no debuffs yet. He got attacked again. No one barely even gets a turn. That's how strong they are together, guys. And keep in mind, this Cupidus that you're seeing, he's not in Savage or Lethal. There is no Helm Smasher Mastery on this Cupidus. And you can already see this is exactly why it's such a popular tandem inside the arena, a Cupidus and a Venus on the same squad, right? Come in again. And then again. Boom. Come in again. Oh, boom. You see what's happening here, guys? Boom. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, right? Sorry, guys. My power just flicked for a second there. So you see what he's doing here, right? He is, I mean, they're attacking him as well, right? So if you want to speed farm your Great Hall, I can't think of many more efficient strategies, right? Because the thing is he... What we're doing is all the enemies are targeting him with their A1 ability because everything is off cooldown, and they're targeting him because he has by far the lowest HP on the team. So, you know, it's computer AI that we're going against here, right? And they're not very smart. They're always targeting the dude who's always going to counterattack every time they hit him. So it's working out really well for us, as you guys can see. I have to be real with you guys. It's actually rather fun to watch this, more than I thought it would be, honestly. Just to see him going in there. And I wanted to actually go against one more team, just like a tankier team. Because when you get to teams that are all stone skin and stuff like that, like really good Taurus teams end game, it's not going to work. I'm just going to be real with you guys, you know? But it can be incredibly fun if that's not where you are. So here's a more tankier team, a Pythion and Emic and whatnot. But it's going to be just as fun to watch, and we're still going to win. So here we go. We go in there. And again, what I wanted to show you, though, is like we have a chance at removing that stone skin with Venus right now, or we can simply we can remove the stone skin, or we can just debuff. I'm gonna debuff, right? Because you can see Cupid is actually getting pretty low on health right now, so I would actually like to come in here and also cleanse away the provoke. So I want to show you the A2 ability on him. So here's the A2. Check out how hard the A2 hits, guys. Okay. It was okay, right? Compared to his A1, a little bit more hard hitting, right? We just need, oh, he goes down. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to rely on only Miss Venus here. So we can see what kind of damage she can do, and can she take down Sun Wukong? I don't know. This is going to be a close one here. I know she can take him down once. Could she take him down again and again and again and again and again? That's going to be the question for you guys. I think we're going to be just fine here. So, again, let's go ahead and debuff him. Why not? Not a ton of damage coming from that ability. Oh, we're in danger. Maybe they are going to win, right? Okay, we need to kill the little fella, but I want to AoE. Okay, we do. Buys us a little bit extra time here, guys, right? Oh, lay off my Venus, you big bully, you. I have no healers, I have no revivers. Uh-oh. Cleanse comes down. Oh, we lose. Either way, guys, you saw how fun that tandem is. But, I mean, that didn't really illustrate what I was talking about there so much, because obviously I'd have a more balanced team. I would have a reviver. I think Cardinal would be really fun, or a reviver who heals would be really good, like a Pythion, you know, on a team like this. Cupidus also brings his own increased attack, so that's not like a super fundamental buff to have, although it will get more damage out of Venus and cover Cupidus a little bit more often than his own, which is on his A3 ability, which is single targeting. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up my Hydra team. Now, this is my worst of my 3 Hydra teams. Nothing against Venus and Cupidus. My other teams are a Crizia Grazer on team number 1. And the other team is a Trunda, Garrel, Reset Yumeko team, you know? So it's not that big of a knock against them. That being said, this is my third team. I usually run Brutal with this squad because they're still pretty dang good. And sorry for the pay to win. It's striking me now that literally every champion on the team is a Void Legendary except for Cupidus. But I don't know. I would really love to hear from you guys, honestly. Do you want me to would you rather see my main team and just pretend that we could still do the damage and whatnot? Or would you rather see like a much more realistic team, maybe on an easier difficulty? I would love to hear back if you could take 2 seconds and let me know in the comments, because I kind of talked myself into it both ways. As soon as I pulled the team up, I was like, oh God, Ash, this is a really disgustingly pay to win team. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, I think if I was a viewer, I think I would just want to see the main team. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, here we go. So this is a full 100% auto team. I'm never going to touch it. I'm never going to take it off auto, which is the nice thing about this squad, right? And I usually don't do this, but I'm going to run the entire team in this video, okay? I want to go ahead and compare damage. I have Taurus and Marichka, and Venus and Cupidus, which you could argue are like two of the strongest tandems inside the entire game. Already, I'm tempted and I want to reset because I don't know if Chris didn't land his provoke or if he didn't time it correctly, or if he opened with the wrong ability, but we should not have a non-provoked cleanse this early on. But hey, the cool thing is, it just happened. It actually gives us an excuse to highlight. Now, granted, it was just one buff per Hydra head, but it gave us an excuse to highlight the A4 ability of Venus, right? She removed those buffs. It's such a powerful thing to have just added onto an already incredibly powerful kit. So there she goes, debuffing. Another thing that we're missing on this squad is a Hexer. We could get a lot more damage. Now, I need to farm cursed gear, guys. It's funny. We all have our areas on our account that we just kind of slack on. My big one is cursed gear. I spent so long ignoring it that I don't even have a 4-piece of cursed gear on my account. Like, even if I wanted to, I don't even have 4 pieces. I have like a few weapons and I have a 3-piece, you know, but I don't know why, but I'm just happen to be missing. How I treated cursed was, I'm sure how a lot of you guys treated cursed for a long time, where you only kept a cursed piece if it was so good standalone that it could be just like a filler in, you know? And that's how I treated it for years and years. And now I'm like, oh man, I need good curse gear. Okay, guys, so you guys can you get the point, right? And I really want to show you Sand Devil too. So I'm going to cut early here. We're going to let it run for 45 minutes or whatever. We're getting into a flow a little bit here. And then I'll show you the final results. So I'll be back. All right, guys, so there we have it about an hour later. 41 million damage, not too bad. 107 from Taurus. We get 25 from Krisk. We get 100 from Cupidus and 12 million from Tawanarok as well. Not too bad. Not too bad. 291 on Brutal. We will keep the result with this team. Like, I think that 300-ish is what I kind of average. So if we can get that Hex, though, we'll be in a much better spot. Sorry, froze up there, guys. Anyway, I wanted to mention on Soul Cross, right? This is the stage right here that a lot of people struggle with. So stage S9, Sand Devil, right? You're so limited in terms of the conditions on champions that you can use here, but a great combo. So there's a lot of teams. Let me just see it. Like the global rankings here, like really powerful champions, obviously, but just brute forcing with Shagur used a lot as the sleep option with an ally attacker, right? But kind of the cheese way to do it, if you don't have all these champions, would be to use a Venus with a Pythion if you have Pythion, right? So it's a pretty basic and long fight though. So it's one of those moves that you just kind of do what you do. I have Venus. You can have Venus, I think maybe just use her A1, but I use everything. It's Brimstone that's doing the heavy lifting here in terms of damage. Poisons help though. So in terms of the Pythion build here, it is pretty imperative that we have a particular mastery on him, the Miracle Heal one. So Miracle Heal will go ahead and help out to restore that HP, which is going to be pretty important. I have him 3-star awakened, but that's definitely a big help. And then I have him in regen in Immortal Gear with a lot of HP, okay, for this build. Other than that, we could really just have Venus hammering away with her A1. I don't turn off her A2 or A3, so I do have her, though, importantly, as a lead here. She doesn't have to stay alive because Pythion will revive her, but we'd like her to be able to bump up Pythion's survivability, obviously, with that aura. So basically, it's kind of how you would expect a ninja or an activator type team with a Godseeker and Eerie. It kind of has that similar flow to it, a little bit different because in this case, Pythion's not dying at all, but he's basically reviving, and then when Sand Devil's asleep, then she comes in, deals some damage in little bursts, so that's it. It's kind of like, I don't know, cheese strategy, but, it is what it is. I like it. I respect it. That's what I used. So anyway, guys, hopefully this helps some of you. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the end of this battle because it can take a while. All right, guys. So, 368 turns later, we were able to do it. I don't want to call my victory or take my victory lap too early here. It looks like, Okay, he's down. So it worked there. It is Sand Devil on the S9. There you go, Centranos 9, and able to do it off of the heavy lifting of Venus and Pythion as well, right? So able to get hopefully some really nice accessories here as well. We'll take a look at those at another time. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's guide of Venus. Truly an incredible debuffer, tanky, and to me, she's always been underrated, as I said at the top of the video, but not by you guys now, right? Thank you for watching. Keep the champion guide requests coming in the comments, guys. I appreciate you all, and as always, take care, guys.